This is going to be our Geode Tray with Crystals resin pour tutorial. I'm starting off with 12 ounces of JDiction high gloss resin. It's just a basic resin, and I added a few scoops of silver mica powder. I'm going to be pouring the back and the river areas first. As you see, I had to add a little bit more silver there to make it richer. Once this is dried, we'll pour the top, but it's pretty easy. I started with the 12 ounces and I had to add about 6 more because this was a pretty big mold to fill up. I believe it was around 9 inches. Once this is done and cured, as I move through this part quickly, love that speed ramping. Oh, that's where I added the extra 6 ounces of resin. Once that's cured, you demold it, and then you have your island areas to fill. I chose Meyspring's Gemstone Mica collection sample set, green Pyromorphite, turquoise blue, rose quartz, and purple amethyst. Because they came as part of a gemstone collection, I knew they would blend well together. I mixed up some more resin, again, just the JDiction high gloss 1:1 resin, and poured it into the little areas, the little islands as we call them. And I did some speed ramping here so you didn't have to see me pouring and pouring over again. I really thought the mica would move more, and I was actually a little disappointed in the colors. The rose quartz had a lot of gold in it, so it was more a pinky gold than a pink. Purple's very rich there. Anyhow, once that was dried, I was less than impressed with it. I was like, meh for Meyspring. I've been less impressed with their stuff before, so I was like, what can I do to save this? So then I thought, why don't I get some of my size 0 crystals out and make little geode agate lines on top of the islands. So I have some peridot there and some rose quartz. And now I even forgot what I did, and I said, well, let me squeeze them on here somehow. And then I think I got a paintbrush and started trying to draw lines. I ended up adding too much, and we ended up pulling out a bunch of them to make thinner lines, but this was the idea I had going with it. So there's the thinner lines we came up with. We have some carnelian and amazonite on there as well. I took some pipettes and my Deco Art gloss varnish, which I've used on several of my other projects, and I'm gluing down the crystals with it. It kind of floods the crystals and looks blue when you're putting it down, but it doesn't submerge them like resin would do, and resin would actually start spreading them. So I wanted to keep them in their little lines that I had set up, so I'm just dotting the gloss varnish on there. It takes about 12 hours or more to dry, but once it's dry, you'll see that it won't move or go anywhere. I'm showing you how I started doing this. I won't kill you with showing you all of it with the dotting the varnish on there. Now we'll start going a little faster. Once that first one cured, and I knew it wasn't going anywhere, it was time to do the other ones. Again, it's just painstakingly putting it on there, but I figured the crystals would at least add a little bit of, I don't know, oomph to just the plain mica looking powder. And after that dried, it looks really nice. And those crystals aren't going anywhere. Don't even see glue lines because that varnish, it's not glue, the varnish just dries clear. Nope, nothing's falling off. So then all there's left to do is top coat it. And of course I forgot how much the top coat was. It was at least 8 ounces. And whenever I top coat things, I always have areas sticking up. But the finished product turned out pretty nice. Very glossy. And those colors do pop, but I do think it needed the crystals on top of it because the mica by itself wasn't great. I'm going to end up either putting feet on this or a turntable to make it a lazy Susan because it does weigh a lot. While we don't sell that mold, we do have our Geode Agate Coaster Molds and our 2-part geode mold, that's the river section coming out, and we also have a 12-inch mold. I have tutorials up for all of these. That's much bigger, and that's definitely Lazy Susan size. If you like one of these molds, they're all available for sale on our website. Hope you liked the video. Let us know what you think in the comments below.